gum and candy and sodas, the things that they would use at the beaches when they would go to the lake. I would like to know why we are not concerned with our tax dollars being sent to, why we are not concerned with our tax dollars being sent to Valdosta and surrounding counties. We have supplied a list of names to you commissioners. I have only transcribed what I was able to do legibly. There were 366 legible names on there. I hope that you hear my plea. I ask very seriously that you reconsider the blue law and make us responsible for our own actions. Thank you for hearing me.
Thank you.
Robert Davis Flowers.
This is one time that I'm glad I'm a preacher, not a politician. I know all of you, and you know me, most of you, at least on speaking terms. And I don't intend to threaten you with not voting for you or doing any of those other things. In fact, y'all know that I was one of those that led the charge against voting for having alcohol in our county. And I've come back this afternoon to ask you to consider what we voted on and to remember what we voted on and to act accordingly. You know, some of the folks here talked about their time of service. Well, I retired with over 27 years in the military. And I think that I'm just as arrogant as anybody else. I think anybody ought to have an opportunity to hear me and what I have to say too. You see, all of these things that are said, we hear them all the time. And it can apply to both sides. My side is just as important as your side. We all need to hear those things. Now, some of the things that I'm concerned about are not just the moral issues involved in it, although that does definitely play a large part in my reason for being here. But if I remember correctly, and I didn't have the time to do the homework that I should have done, but over the years I remember, if my memory serves me correct, reading about septic tank problems at Cherry Lake, about parking problems, about too many boats, about various kinds of activities that just overloaded the situation there and wasn't good for the environment there. I think we need to consider the environment. You know, something, it's true, you know, we don't live in the world that we grew up in today. Things have changed, brother. If you don't think so, you've got your head buried in the sand. We no longer live by and abide by the moral codes that we once did. But putting that aside, we still should be thinking about our ecology. It's not all just about money. It's about other things also. What about the people in the county that live in the houses there around the lake? I'm sure they'd like to have one day a week that didn't have so much drinking going on. But we had a French tried one time to make a work week 10 days long, and it didn't work. We have a Sunday for a purpose, and one of the things that they did every 7 years in the scripture was they let the land lay out. And we have 7 days in a week so we can work 6 and rest 1 for our own good of our bodies. And we need to let the lake rest 1 week, 1 day out of the week also. Now I understand, I really feel for these folks that are talking about their business and so forth. I understand that. Nobody understands that better than I do. I was a farmer during the early 70s. Of course, most of y'all don't remember that. But in the late 60s and early 70s, farming went south. And you know what? We had to either change or get out. So I'm sorry, I'm saying this. If we adhere to what we said whenever we voted this in, they're either gonna have to do one thing, one of two things. Either three things: stay like they are, change, or get out of the business. I'd be glad to help them in any way that I could. Do both. Get out of the business of selling alcohol and make a change to wherever they need to go to make a better living for themselves. I appreciate your kindness in listening to me.
Thank you.
Commissioner King.
I moved here 3 years ago. And ever since I moved here, I've tried to see this town grow. The RV park resort we're trying to get through is one of them. But that is gonna draw a lot of tourists in here, and those tourists are gonna need to buy stuff on Sundays. I mean, I agree with the preachers, I'm religious, I believe in church, I believe in the Lord and all that. I don't go as much as I should, but I drink on Sunday, I drink on Saturday, pretty much every day of the week. Sunday sales is gonna help the county. I mean, it's gonna keep, like you said earlier, it's gonna keep the kids from driving to other counties to buy it, bring it back. And she was talking about buying beer, buying ice for the coolers and stuff. They're gonna sell other things besides just beer. I mean, I wanna see the town grow, I don't wanna see it die. It's been drying since 91, it's dropped 2,600 people here in the city. Not counting how many is lost in the county. And I think it would just let the county vote, let the people come in and vote as like they do for a president.
Last person to speak on alcohol will be Bill Washington.
Mr. Chairman, County Commissioners, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk to y'all tonight. My name is Bill Washington, and I own Pineapple Market. I'm here tonight speaking in favor of abolishing the rule against selling beer on Sundays, and wish to follow the law for the whole state of Florida. Right now, there's only 3 counties in the state of Florida that does not allow beer on sale on Sunday. Everybody's trying to turn this into a religious issue, which it's not. It's an economic issue, as far as I'm concerned. My Bible tells me that if I want to go to heaven, I got to believe in the Lord God with all my heart, to love my neighbor as I love myself. He does not say anything in the Bible where you cannot sell or buy beer on Sunday. So, you know, at one time we had mules and wagons. Now we got automobiles to get around. Within 12 miles or 15 miles from my store in Pinetta, there's probably 12 or 15 places for a person to buy beer if they so want to. All I'm asking is we try to level the playing field here a little bit. The idea was brought up that there was an ad in the paper that had a lot of names in it against the sale of beer. We have a petition, I think y'all have a copy of it, approximately the same amount of names that are for sale of beer. I mean, we can get in a name collecting business if you want to, but all I'm saying is look at the list. Our list is a broad selection of people of Madison County. It goes from black people, Mexican people, to white people. It's not a small section of church people. We've got a couple people that speak about selling, how bad the sale of beer is on Sunday. They don't live in this county. And both of them friends of mine. I hope we're still friends when we get to see, but you know, they have an opportunity to go to Madison County where they don't sell beer. But I don't see them coming down here, even though they work down here. And two, you go to Lake Park Valdosta on Sundays. A lot of these people out here that don't want to be around beer sales, they're up there shopping, up there at the restaurants. So all I'm saying is, let's try to level the playing field and give us small merchants a chance to make a decent living. Sure, we're not gonna get rich on the sale of beer, but they hadn't been in a store working when you have customers come in, make a selection, pile it on the counter, they go to the beer counter, and found out they can't buy beer Then go back and put it all on the counter. So we'll just go to Clydeville and get it all at one time. And yes, the Dollar General store in Clydeville does have a sign that says we sell beer on Sunday. So I just ask that you consider the sale of beer for the sake of, the small businesses in your county. I know we're not gonna get rich on it, you're not gonna collect a lot of taxes on it, but every little bit helps in this small county. Thank you.
All right, that concludes the comments.
He's already stepped out.
He has already stepped out. Okay. Thank you. I will bring this back to the commission. Comments?
Mr. Chair, I guess I'll start it off by thanking everybody for making the comments that they made, whether for it or against it. That's what I like about the process. You can come up and speak your mind. We had a lot of good comments, and a fellow told me one time, we had a hot potato some years back that we were discussing. He said, no matter how flat a pancake is, it has two sides. And I find that to be a true statement. And I don't feel like if there's some accidents or anything like that, the blood will not be on our hands. It's the individual choices that people make.
That's right.
Yes, true.
I jotted down a lot of comments here, but I'm not going to read them all, but I do want to say we can generate some sales tax revenue from that. It might not be a whole lot, but it will help. Right now, we're going through our budgeting workshops, trying to come up with a spending plan for the next fiscal year. And some of you may be happy to know that one of the local package stores in town has closed, the one down at Winn-Dixie parking lot. I had at the Winn-Dixie, I had a chance to talk with the owner, and he said just couldn't generate enough revenue to stay in business. But having said my